Who would have thought that back in 2007 a car would arrive that would prove such a hit with buyers that over 3 million would be snapped up across Europe by the time that 2021 rolled around. Now that car, of course, was the Nissan Qashqai, and it brought a brand new segment to market which buyers absolutely loved, and it's continued to do so till today. Then we moved on to the second generation car, but it maintained that same attitude towards practicality and spaciousness that families loved. But that crossover market isn't what it once was, and there are so many different variants within it that Nissan had to do something to move the game forward. And that's where we get to the all-new Nissan Qashqai. So now that 2021 has arrived, here we have it, the all-new third generation Nissan Qashqai. Now, Nissan has given us the opportunity to have a little prod around this latest car ahead of it going on sale this summer. So let's dive in and see what it has to offer. Straight away, it's easy to see how this relates to the previous generation Qashqai, but Nissan has incorporated some new features which really make it look far sharper than before. The front end of the new Qashqai is dominated by this larger grille, which is flanked by chrome elements and these really slim LED headlights. We've even got unique little Qashqai badges just there on the flanks too. At each corner we've got 20-inch alloy wheels, which are a first for the Nissan Qashqai, though you can get them as small as 17 inches. And now moving down this wide side, we've got quite slim plastic accents, which do help to build that overall premium feel. It's at the rear of the car where the tie-in to the previous generation is most noticeable. That said, it's sharper and more dynamic than before, while the Qashqai badge is put in pride of place right at the middle of the boot. It's in the interior of the old generation Nissan Qashqai where things were starting to feel a little bit outdated, which is why Nissan has worked hard to address this in this latest car. Now, in order to do so, it's fitted more high quality materials, and that's why we've got stitched leather here and nice leather here and wood effect in the middle, and it really does help to lift the overall feeling of quality. Now in the centre we've got a large new touchscreen infotainment system which incorporates both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, the former of which is available wirelessly, so you don't need to plug your phone in, which is really helpful. And one of the biggest improvements in this latest car is a new driver's display which is configurable to show you a variety of different menus. Now this car in particular is representative of a top spec Qashqai, and that means that you get all of the bells and whistles that you could possibly want. You get heated seats, you get heated steering wheel, you even get massage seats in here. And though you might not find all of these features on more entry-level models, it's likely that many of them are going to trickle down, particularly this driver's display and this large infotainment system. And of course, Nissan hasn't forgotten that this car needs to be practical, which is why it has a really nice deep centre bin, which has charging points as well. And you get nice deep door bins too, which are wide enough for water bottles. So those key aspects aren't being forgotten. Another boost in technology comes from the inclusion of a charging mat, which means that you can put your wirelessly charging enabled phone here and it'll keep it topped up. It's one more feature that really adds another string to the Qashqai's bow. The Qashqai sits on a brand new platform, which is very clever because it allows the car to retain its relatively compact proportions while increasing the amount of space that you get from the cabin. Now I'm around 5'11" and I've got loads of headroom in here and quite a decent amount of legroom too, and that seat is in pretty much my position. In the middle you've got a relatively small hump too, which means that that person sitting in the centre of the car isn't going to feel shortchanged, and while they're there they can take advantage of these two charging points which are located in the middle. And so it all means that this is a practical and well-made cabin which is well suited to families. But of course, one of the most important factors is the boot. So let's go and check it out. But while we do, have a look at this, because the new Qashqai's doors have been designed to open further than before, which means that getting in and out of the cabin is a lot easier than it was before. Now, of course, a car like the Qashqai is only as good as its boot, and in that sense, Nissan has really doubled down on the amount of space that you get back here. In fact, it's grown by 74 litres over the previous generation Qashqai, and that means that you now get 504 litres of space back here, which is pretty good. In here, you've got a nice flat load area, and you can also flip over the panels to show a hard-wearing wipe clean surface. So that means if you're going to put boots or wellies back there, you can store them without worrying about marking the carpet. Now, on either side, you've got deep bins which are larger than before and far more useful, and you can, of course, fold down the rear seats to extend the load area even further. When it comes to engines, the Qashqai comes with a 1.3 litre petrol with mild hybrid tech that brings electrical assistance which both improves fuel economy and lowers CO2 emissions. There's the option of either a 6-speed manual gearbox or an automatic transmission, though this latter will only be available on higher powered 154 brake horsepower variants. You can also opt for either 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, though again, 4-wheel drive is only available on the most powerful Qashqais. The big news is the introduction of an e-Power powertrain in 2022. This combines a 1.5 litre engine with an electric motor and batteries for, again, even more improved efficiency and economy. The clever thing about the e-Power powertrain is that the 1.5 litre engine is effectively used as a generator for the electric motor and batteries, again, promoting the efficiency of this car. The changes that Nissan have made to this latest generation Qashqai are pretty far-reaching. We've got a sharper and more defined exterior and an interior that is far more practical than the car it replaces. And that's one of these key features that really hits home with this car, is that it's far more family-friendly than it was before. But it hasn't lost that same relatively compact size, which means that it's approachable to drive for all manner of people. Now, of course, the proof of the pudding is in the driving with a car like this, but for our first look at this new Qashqai, things are looking extremely promising. Thank you for watching this first look at the new Nissan Qashqai, and please let us know what you think of this car. What do you think of the exterior design, and what do you think of the newly revised interior too? And while you're there, please remember to subscribe to the Motors.co.uk YouTube channel, hitting that bell icon so you're notified each and every time we upload a new video.